Hey everyone, I'm Charles, and I created an app that lets you rate your neighbors. The idea behind it was um, if you're moving somewhere, it'd be nice to know what your neighbors are like before you move. And so this app kind of gives you a way to see what neighbors are like and see ratings for each neighbor in a neighborhood. Um, it also would give you a non-confrontational way to let neighbors know that they're doing something bothersome. I added a feedback list so that you can tell your neighbors things that maybe you wouldn't tell them in person. The app uses the Google Maps API, uses Firebase authentication, and the Firestore cloud database. Um, Let me show you what it does first, and then I'll show you some of the code. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. And after you log in or register, you're taken to a map view, and the blue icon represents your home address. You set that when you register, and you'll see each of the neighbors or houses in your neighborhood that have a rating have star icons on them. If they haven't been rated yet, it'll just show blank. So let's see. So here's one that's just blank. And the cool thing about this is if another user adds a rating, it immediately pops up on your map. So it's dynamic. And let's go ahead and test that out. I'm on my phone signed in as another user. So let me just go ahead and add a rating for this house that we're looking at, and we'll see if it pops up. I'm just going to give them 5 stars and say good people. Okay, so you can kind of see there's the icon that popped up there. And if you click on a house, you'll be taken to a dialog where you can enter your rating, and it shows their current rating up here with stars, and then also a value right here and their address. And then there's also a list view with feedback. So let's go ahead and add a rating. I'm gonna, just so you can see it change, I'm gonna give them 1 star and just say bad people. And you can see that their rating updated here on the map, and then also when you click on it, you can see that this rating up here changed. So let me show you some of the code. It uses a map activity that was converted to a fragment. I went through some tutorials, and through trial and error I found that the easiest way to work with the map was just to use the built-in project. So if you go to new projects, you'll see this map activity, and that's just a really clear and concise activity that sets up a map for you. Some of the tutorials were a little bit too complicated, I felt. And what I did with that activity is I just converted it to a fragment using this code right here. One thing that I added to make the map dynamic was the snapshot listener. And this connects with the Firestore database and listens for changes to my resident collection over here. So anytime that changes, it'll update the ratings. And let me just show you the database over here real quick while we're looking at it. I set up 2 different collections, and then the residence has a sub-collection. So you can see a residence is a document, and within that document you'll see the address, their average rating, their location on the map, and the number of ratings. And then within that document there's also a ratings sub-collection, and that just shows you all of their ratings with the feedback, score, a timestamp, and the user ID. And One thing that was really challenging was this average rating. It was difficult because of the way that you have to add documents to Firestore. I had to do a transaction, which was a little bit um, more complicated than just doing like an SQL query. Um, Here's the code for that. So you start a transaction, and then this is where I computed the average rating, um, updated that average rating, and then added the rating for that residence. So I can post this online. Let me know on the forum if you want to see more of that. And then another cool thing that I did was make the icons dynamic. With that, I just used an array of um, integers that references each of the star icons, so there's 0 through 5 stars, and then just based on the residence's average rating, it'll return the correct icon to use when I update the map. Again, let me know if you want to see more of that, or if you want to see other things. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions on the forum. Take care.